Hello, dear junior students. How are you? I hope you are doing well. After the period of evaluations that we had, I also hope that you finish with all your assignments, with all the things that you had to give to the teachers. Well, it's good to be here again. Today in our EFL class, we will continue talking about adjectives and adverbs. But today we're going to talk about how to position adjectives and adverbs. Let's begin. Position of adjectives and adverbs in a sentence. Let's talk first about adjectives. So adjectives can have three positions in a sentence: before the noun, after the noun, and as a predicate. Let's see an example of a sentence with an adjective before the noun. It says, my second-hand car is the noisiest in the neighborhood. So here we see that the noun is car, and before it we have the adjective that describes it, that is second-hand. Now let's look at an example of an adjective after the noun. So here we read the sentence, he won the competition, which was so intense, for the best chef. Here we see that competition is the noun, and intense is the adjective that is describing that noun, but it's after it. You can see here the arrow that is showing that is after it, and we are using also a relative clause. Then we have adjectives as a predicate. Let's look at an example. Here we have the suspect remains silent when questioned. We're going to see adjectives as predicate, especially after linking verbs. A good example of a linking verb is the verb to be. Now let's look at the position of adverbs. Adverbs can have a front position at the beginning of the sentence. You see here we have different types of adverbs. We have adverbs of frequency, of manner, time and place, certainty, and others that we can mention. Also, they can have a mid position that could be after the pronoun or noun or subject of the sentence, and also between the verb, the auxiliary verb, and the main verb. Then we see that they can have an end position. This means at the end of the sentence. Like in these examples, you see the adverb is at the end. This is very important. Do not place an adverb between a verb and its object. This is the only position that adverbs cannot have. Let's look at this sentence that is incorrect. I painted carefully the house. It sounds correct, but grammatically it is not, because here the object is house, and I cannot place the adverb between the verb and its object. How do we identify the object? By asking the question what? What did he paint? Oh, the house. So that's how we can identify the object. Here we have the correct sentence. First, we have it in the middle. I carefully painted the house. And the other example, we have the adverb at the end. I painted the house. One more example. I read sometimes a book before bed. This is incorrect because we are putting the adverb between the verb and its object. Now we can ask the question what? What do I read? A book. So that's how I know that this is the object of this verb. Now the correct sentence is, we have two options. The first one, I sometimes read a book before bed. So here we see the adverb in the middle. And then at the beginning of the sentence, sometimes I read a book before bed. Okay, let's look at this example about adjectives, the position of adjectives. So as I said, adjectives, they have three positions in the sentence. Can be either before the noun, after the noun, or as part of the complement or predicate in a sentence. So here we read the sentence, that computer old is very slow. And we can identify the adjective that is old. And we notice that it's not in the correct position. It has to be before the noun that it modifies. In this case, old describes computer, so it has to be before this noun. That old computer is very slow. Therefore, this sentence is incorrect. Here I have another example with adjectives. So let's analyze the sentence. It says the winner of the contest is certainly beautifully. Now adjectives, they can be after an adverb because adverbs also describe adjectives. So here first we see the adverb, certainly. Okay, but adverbs cannot, well, they can modify other adverbs, but here what we need is an adjective. You see, it's not another adverb. So here I need to say beautiful, and this is going to be the adjective. So therefore the sentence is incorrect. Let's write here incorrect. Another sentence here. First, let's identify the adverb and the adjective. So I know carefully it's going to be the adverb, and then hot is going to be the adjective. We see that the adjective is in the correct position. It's part of the complement. It's the predicate. It was hot. Now let's look at the position of the adverb. We see that tasted is the verb, and the soup is the object of that verb. What did I taste? The soup. Okay, so here, as I explained at the beginning of the video, carefully is not in the correct position because it cannot be, the adverbs can't be between the verb and its object. So therefore the sentence is incorrect. Let's write here incorrect. Now I'm going to solve some of the exercises from your book. This is number 5, okay, from your book. So first let's identify the adverbs and also the adjectives. So here I see quickly, I'm going to circle it, and attentive. It's the adjective. Okay, I see that quickly is in the correct position, alright? So quickly describes jumped. In your book, you're going to write that. Quickly describes jumped. Alright? Okay, I'm gonna do it like that here. And then I see that attentive, that is my adjective, is not in the correct position because it has to be before the noun that it describes. Attentive describes lifeguard. Okay, so I have to say the attentive lifeguard, okay, jumped, and then the rest of the sentence. So here you're gonna write in your book, attentive describes lifeguard. Okay, there you write. And we're gonna say that the sentence is incorrect. Incorrect. So this is pretty similar to what we did in the last topic that we studied. Here we see sentence number 7 from the exercises in your book. You're going to see the pages. And we see here the accountant studied carefully the figures before preparing the monthly report. Okay, first we circle adjectives and adverbs. Okay, carefully is the adverb. Let's see, and monthly is gonna be your adjective. So I'm going to say monthly describes report. You're gonna write in your book monthly describes report. This one is okay, the position. Now what about carefully? So we have the same issue here with adverbs. Okay, they have to be after the object that the verb is also describing. So here we say the accountant studied the figures carefully. So carefully needs to be here after the object of the verb. Alright, so in this case the sentence is incorrect. This one. Okay, so now please do the rest of the exercises by yourselves. If you have questions, let me know. Well, after this explanation, you can go ahead and complete pages 578 and 579 in your TOEFL book. And please don't forget about our Zoom's class. Remember, you have to watch this video before the class, and then you can complete your exercises. If you have any questions, please contact me through WhatsApp or through a platform. Okay, I'll be answering as soon as possible. Well, thank you for your time, boys and girls. Take care. God bless you. Pray for each others and your families too. Okay, see you in our next class. Bye-bye.